start this video, I hope you don't catch the fan because you're literally beside it. I'm not entirely hot, but this is the most that I can kind of like tie my hair because I've been having headaches. I don't know why. But that's neither nor whatever. I remember how to do this, right? Well, I don't know. Let me start again.
Hi, my name is Marina the Vampire. I am a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid author. And today's video is a mix of chatty and vlog. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch. I'm promising myself almost the entire month of March because I have a lot of things to do. The deadline for my holiday romance read writes is like in 2 weeks, I think 2 to 3 weeks, and I am not halfway through them, so and I also need to finish drafting, editing, and scheduling the episodes for March for Marina the Vampire. I am hoping that by streaming at least 2 hours on Twitch for almost every single day in March, and I say almost because there's some days that I might not be able because of schedule conflicts, and sometimes because I need sleep. That's why it's not gonna be every single day in March. It's gonna be almost every single day. So hopefully that at least those, and maybe combine with the streams that I join with my friends on YouTube, I will get all of the words, hopefully. But I wanted to kind of like document the journey because I know some people will feel very easy to reach out to me and ask me questions about how I set things, and so on and so forth. But there might be people who are not, they don't feel like they can, they might not feel as close to me to ask those kind of questions. So I'm, for people who are like shy, I'll try to share some of the things that I did to kind of like set up this in just a couple of days, because I pretty much decided this I will say 2 days ago, and it is February 26th. I think I decided it on Friday. Yeah, because I saw how my goals were doing, and I'm like, I need to do something, and I need to do something fast. I have always been interested in Twitch. I still find it a little hard to navigate as a watcher because there's so many categories, so many things that I will like to watch. It's just, for me, it's a little overwhelming as a viewer compared to YouTube. Granted, I've been curating my YouTube for many years, so the curating curve for Twitch is gonna take a long time, because that's just how it is. But if there's anyone out there who prefers Twitch, or is like me who likes Twitch, not also like YouTube, but I don't want to keep clogging the community with lives, I decided I'll use this is an opportunity to finally start using Twitch as a creator and not just as a watcher. So I did watch a few videos on YouTube on how to set up Twitch stream and things like that. Mind you, a lot of them are they do a lot of the things that they do recommend you are either sponsored or things that you need to pay to get. And I'm like, there's gotta be a way that I have to have already tools at my disposal, whether they are free or I'm already paying services for, that would enable me to do this. And yes, as you can pick behind me, that is Canva. That is actually my folder for all of my Twitch graphics. I may be able to kind of like show you a little bit better once we're closer. But since I pay for Canva, but I'm pretty sure that there's some free layouts that you can use to create your own overlays, which is going to be the background of your Twitch stream, to look a little bit more professional, to blend a little bit with what it's already in the platform and what's already expected to see from watchers. I'm pretty sure they do have a lot of free templates that you can then customize with free things. I mean, for the overlays, if you are just doing what I'm doing, which is kind of like a co-working session, I am very tempted to do kind of like watch streams for some of the East Asian shows that I like to watch or that I have on my watch list, but we shall see. But for those, the overlay, the background, it's quite easy. You just have to have a space for the chat. You just have to have a space for your webcam and a space to share your screen, and maybe a space for any alerts, any new followers, anyone who might want to subscribe or have donated to you. And if you have any goals, then you have space for that. So that's just what chat, webcam, the capture, like whatever you're sharing with your audience, those three you can start. If you want to have alerts for any followers, subscribers, donation, things like that, and if you have goals like follower goals, or I don't know, they're quite the amount of goals that you can set on Twitch, but let's just say just the followers goal. That's 5 things that you just need on your background for your streams. It's not that complicated to build for free on Canva. You don't have to go to another place and buy a set of overlays. If you have the money, go ahead, do so. That's great for you. If you don't have the money, then you can just set a couple hours and set that on Canva for free. Also, I do have OBS, which is one of the systems most streamers will recommend you to use, but as any software, the learning curve is a little, not hard, but it's high. And I do have the program because that's what I was going to use to record, to do some like screen recording videos. But Twitch does have a studio. I do have it open. You probably will be able to see kind of like what you can do, and it's free. So let me move the camera. So there you see right there on my laptop, that is the Twitch Studio. The overlay that I have right now is the chatting, so that's why you see that my webcam is on the big side. This is for the chat. Oh geez, this is for the chat, and over here I have the alerts, and as you can see over my screen there's the goals bar. So, and then everything else is just what the Twitch Studio gives you to kind of like keep tabs on the chat, any new like feed, like activity feed, and kind of like stats for your computer, like the performance of your computer, things like that. And this section is where you kind of like switch the overlays. So this is turning into a tutorial, but might as well. I know this is not the best thing, like you can already are watching me talking to you and see the phone and all that. This is just a little easier for me because I wouldn't have to like screen record what I'm showing to you guys and then have to do a voiceover on top of that. I'm trying to make video content producing a lot easier on me so I can have more time or less excuses to not write. So anyways, this is the Twitch Studio. This is something you have to download to your computer. It's not a web browser thing. It is a software that you download and run in your computer. So this is my this is where I toggle between things. As you can see, this is kind of like the overlay that I have set up, and I can kind of like show it to you without the webcam, and I can actually do that right now. 1 second. See, this is the overlay. I did not put this in the overlay. This is a layer that I added once I have set up the overlay. Let me bring the camera on so you can kind of like see things. So that's what I will show when I'm just like chatting with people. That's kind of like how it's labeled as the chatting layer. When I'm gonna switch to sprinting, I will use the gameplay, because pretty much a lot of people, and if you didn't know, Twitch, it's mainly a gaming streaming website, but a lot of people do a lot of reactions and watch with other people and just chatting. So that's why there's like the chatting option and the gameplay option, because ideally your webcam, you'll be in a corner somewhere, and then most of your screen will have the game playing. We'll have a timer running kind of like in this area. And obviously the chat is going to be here, and then the alerts are still going to show up here. If I need to take a bathroom break, or if my mom needs something from me and I cannot be on screen, I have a kind of like a little screen that says that I will be back soon. And this will let people know that I just step out of in front of the computer for just a few moments, and then I have one before I start streaming, which is starting soon. layer, kind of like screen, has kind of show up before I actually switch to either the chatty or the gameplay mode. It's quite easy to set up. I found it pretty easy. So there's that. As you can see, I can show you. I do have OBS here, but and see that I have Twitch Studio here. Since I wanted to start very quickly, I choose the software that will be the quickest learning curve. And if I really enjoy streaming on Twitch, then I will probably just switch to OBS or start playing with OBS and see when I find myself ready to use it, then I can switch to use OBS. That's not a problem. You can switch back and forth from softwares that you will use for Twitch. So yeah, so continuing the apparently impromptu kind of like tutorial on how to set up Twitch very quickly for minimum effort, and I say minimum effort because literally it took me a day or two to set up all of this. So there's that. Keep that in mind, because I needed this set up for now. So now I'm gonna show you in Canva. Let me get that out, because every time I go into Canva they tell me that thing and I'm like, it doesn't apply to me. Anyways, ran over. I have a folder for my Twitch graphics. I have set up my logo, which all of you already saw it because I pretty much changed all of my profile pictures to that, so it can be a lot more cohesive. And sorry, changing the hair for a second. So that's the first thing that I did. The second thing that I did was the Twitch background, which is gonna be what shows when you go into my channel. So let's do that. Twitch TV. Let's go to, jeez, need to switch that to dark mode. See, this is what this on the background is this. And I added some things and moved some things to kind of like use it as a banner on my other social medias. The third thing that I did was the offline Twitch banner, which is what you see here as kind of like a pseudo video. It's just, it lets people know that I'm currently offline. There's nothing playing. And then I did the banner, the panels, they're called panels, the panel section, which you can see on my about. You can see that there is an about me, the rules for my streams, my schedule for this week, and kind of like what you can expect to see me streaming on Twitch. My email to contact me for any business inquiries, any collaborations, technically anything that you need me for, that's the email. And then there's a panel link with my Ko-fi, so if anyone wants to send me a donation, they can just click the banner, and it does says that it is through Ko-fi. So kind of like keeping everyone in the know. So those are the panels. And then I did my overlays, which are just two, which you have seen. The overlay that doesn't have the white big laptop, those are the ones where there's no webcam on, or the webcam is the big square, is the big thing. And then when I'm sharing something, it's kind of, the laptop switches from the light one to the white one frame, where then it holds my webcam, and then the bigger thing will have what I'm sharing. The cool thing, and this is why I wanted to like point it out, you can just pretty much search Twitch, just Twitch. Actually on templates, they was searching my project, sorry. You can pretty much see that it's gonna, you can even choose like, are you looking for Twitch banners, backgrounds, emotes, panels, logos, screens, overlays, what kind of overlays, stream overlays, like there's a variety of things. You probably will have to check the ones that don't have the crown, because the ones that do have the crown, those are paid. But just in this first, I'm not scrolling longer than those 3 lines. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 thing out of the ones that we're seeing, 4 thing that are free. Like the ones that have the crown are 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 have crowns just when you land on the page. I have not scrolled, like if you scroll more, you will find a lot more things for free. Let's say you wanna set up your logo. Let's go to Twitch logos, and there's quite the good amount of free options. Like this is free, this is free, this is free, this is free, free. All this road except this one is paid, but this one is free. This one is free. This one is paid. These 3 are free. This one is paid. This one is paid. This is free. This is free. There's a lot of variety. And this is just for the logos. Like you can go back, and let's say for panels, which is going to be what you put on your about section on your Twitch channel. There's plenty. This is you'll have to look more, because there's, just by looking first at it, there's almost equals amount of free options and paid options. But again, you can also just do one from the scratch and kind of like search for free things on how you want to set up your banner, your panels, and it's just like backgrounds, which is what I show you. There's a good amount of options that are free, so it's safe to say that you don't need to pay for what a lot of YouTube channels recommend you to pay to set up your Twitch stream. They are just offering that because that's how they get their money. And if you have money for them to for you to give them, go ahead. More power to you. But if you don't have and you feel money is what is stopping you, I'm letting you know that Canva has a lot of free options, and Twitch Studio is free and it's pretty easy to set up. So yeah, I'm gonna stop doing like talking about like all of the I'm gonna stop this impromptu tutorial. If I gloss over something and you somehow like how I explain things, or will want me to actually take time to screen record an entire process of setting up a Twitch stream using Studio and Canva for free, let me know and I'll put it down on my list. I wouldn't say that I will do that for March, but I will try to find time to do that. If that is something that will be helpful, if that is something that will be helpful to you. I'm gonna go back to keep on drafting episode 28 because I don't stream on Twitch until 8 p.m. my time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern. But ideally I would like to have it already drafted so I can either keep drafting on episode 29 or edit this one and then switch to drafting 29, something along those lines. So yeah, I will stop rambling because that's what it feels now that I'm doing, rambling. I'll see you on the next clip. To the bed shot, and you know, because this ugly background that I haven't done anything to my bedroom. Anyways, I wanted to come and kind of like close the clip because it's kind of long. I ended up doing an impromptu tutorial. I am very tired. I had a great first stream on Twitch. Actually, it was pretty fun. And thank you to all of my writer friends for showing up. I hope my Twitch streams can be kind of like an additional space for you guys to work on your things and kind of like carve out the space for your projects. And I hope more people on Twitch find the streams and kind of like discover this co-working space that I'm trying to create for my benefit and for others writers' benefit. But I wasn't able to do like a closing clip last night because last night was rough in the Andujar household. I am not gonna say anything because those are my mom's personal details and she will probably be embarrassed if I share anything at all. It was just a rough night. I think if I slept 3 hours in a row, that was a lot. I think I managed to get 5 hours of sleep kind of like in pockets of time throughout the night, but that's how are things when you are a caretaker for your senior parent. So I am even more glad that I'm making this Twitch streams because they might be the only time that I can work on my writing if things like last night keep happening. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of like close the clip because it's very long. It's almost 30 minutes and I already caught everything that I could. So it's kind of like, it ended up being like a Pseudo tutorial for how to set up Twitch, or how I set up Twitch, my Twitch stream in the first day of stream, and that's it. I'll keep a recording, and then I'll have the rest of the week go up in the weekend. So yeah, that's it. Again, thank you to all my friends for showing up. Even someone last night discovered my channel on the stream for the first time, so that is great. I hope more people can find it. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. If you enjoy, obviously I'm doing this out of order. I feel like my brain is mush. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, if the impromptu tutorial helped you in some kind of way, hit the like, subscribe if you're interested in this kind of like blog, sit down videos. It's pretty much is everything writing related in this channel. That is your jam. Do subscribe. If you by any chance are watching me on YouTube but you prefer Twitch, check out my channel. The link tree has the link, and there's a direct link on my community tab too. What else? That's it. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.